All right, let's get right into it. Today we're talking about how to turn one of your restaurant's most overlooked features, your walls, into one of your most powerful business assets. Seriously, we're drawing from expert analysis on what's working for 2026. So think of this as your guide to walls that do way more than just hold up the ceiling. They're going to help you sell.
So this really brings us to the most important question. I want you to really think about your own space for a second. Is your decor actively working for you? Is it bringing people in the door and building your brand? Or is it just a wall? We're going to frame this entire conversation around business strategy and your return on investment, not just pretty pictures.
So here's the plan. First, we'll kick things off with the big picture, the experience economy, and why this all matters so much right now. Then we'll talk about our solution, Walls the Talk. From there, we're diving into 3 killer strategies to drive engagement, build your identity, and curate the perfect ambiance. And we'll wrap it all up by showing you how to make your walls your single strongest marketing tool.
Okay, let's start with the challenge facing pretty much every restaurant owner today. You've heard of it. We're living in the experience economy. And that means in 2026, just having amazing food, well, it isn't enough anymore, not by a long shot. Your customers are looking for something more. They want unique, shareable, and honestly, unforgettable experiences.
And look, this is not just some passing fad. It's a huge shift in what people expect. Visually immersive spaces are no longer a nice-to-have. They're an absolutely critical part of your business. We're talking about a straight line that connects your decor directly to getting new customers, keeping them coming back, and how much buzz you get online.
So if the problem is that people crave these immersive experiences, what's the solution? Well, this is where we get to the core idea from our source material, strategic wall murals. They've become this incredibly powerful, high-return way to meet that demand from the experience economy head-on.
Before we get into the cool stuff, let's just get on the same page with a key term, interior branding. This is not just about decorating, okay? It's about the strategic use of your space to shout who you are as a brand, to shape how customers feel when they're with you, and most importantly, to actually drive your business goals. Everything we're talking about falls under this umbrella.
You know, I've got to read this quote directly because it just nails the business case. Strategic wall murals have become one of the highest ROI upgrades for restaurants looking to stand out in competitive markets. ROI, return on investment. That's what this is all about. It means that for the money you put in, very few things will give you a bigger bang for your buck, especially when you're trying to get noticed.
All right, let's get into our first core strategy. And honestly, this one's a total game changer. Driving engagement. This is all about creating murals that don't just sit there looking pretty, but actually go to work for you, turning your customers into your best and totally free marketing team.
So what does that actually look like? Well, we're talking murals that are built for people to interact with. Think of those awesome selfie backdrops you just have to take a picture with, or that mind-bending 3D art that makes you do a double take. Even clever neon signs with a catchy phrase. These things are basically magnets for phone cameras.
And what this does is it creates this incredible self-running marketing machine. Here's how the cycle works. It's so simple. Your customer sees the awesome mural. They feel almost compelled to snap a photo. They immediately post it on Instagram or TikTok for all their friends to see. And boom, that one post just created free, organic, local advertising for your restaurant. It's a loop that just keeps on giving.
Okay, so getting likes and shares is great, but a mural can do something so much deeper for your brand. Let's look at strategy number 2, building identity. This is about using your walls to tell your restaurant's unique story and create a real emotional connection with your customers and your community.
The kinds of murals that really nail this are the ones with some substance. We're talking about art that celebrates local landmarks, or themes that show off your commitment to sustainability, or even just a bold, confident wall with your logo and mission. These murals say something meaningful about who you are.
And check out how each of these directly ties to a business goal. Putting up local landmarks? That's not just a nice touch. It screams authenticity and builds a real bond with the neighborhood. A sustainability theme? That shows you share the same values as your customers. And that big brand statement wall? It boosts your professional image and makes sure people remember you.
Our third and final strategy. This one is all about emotion. It's about curating ambiance. This is where you become a mood architect, using your walls to intentionally design how your space feels. You're shaping the customer's experience, elevating how they see your brand, and making them want to hang out longer and come back sooner.
The big players in this strategy are those huge, lush, botanical or tropical murals. They are everywhere for a reason, and those fully immersive themes. I mean, imagine being whisked away to the Mediterranean coast or a cool retro diner, all because of the art on a single wall. You're not just in a restaurant anymore, you're somewhere else.
So here's exactly how these work their magic. A botanical mural isn't just a painting of plants. It actively creates a calm, upscale, and modern vibe. And an immersive theme? It does more than just decorate. It transforms a simple meal into a memorable event that has a real direct impact on your customer's mood. So, we've covered the what and the why. Now, let's get down to the how, the execution, and the very real, tangible returns you can expect when you do this right. This is where a great idea becomes a truly valuable asset.
Now listen up, because this part is crucial. How you install it matters. A mural is an investment, and you want to protect it. This comparison shows why professional direct-to-wall printing is really seen as the superior long-term choice. You get that flawless, painted-on look that's super durable versus vinyl wraps that, can show seams or start to peel and fade. It's about building a lasting asset, not just temporary decor.
And all of this leads to results you can actually measure. This chart breaks down the return on your investment across 5 key areas. See that huge 30% slice for social engagement? That's our first strategy in action. Brand differentiation? That's strategy 2. And first impressions, online reviews, even how long people stay in your restaurant, it's all boosted by having a smart, strategic mural.
So, what's the bottom line? It's this. When you combine the right strategy with the right execution, you can, and I'm quoting here, transform your walls into your strongest marketing tool. That really is the most powerful takeaway from this whole thing.
Which leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Every single wall in your business is telling a story, whether you want it to or not. A blank wall tells a story. A generic piece of art tells a story. The only question is, are you in control of that narrative? So, what story are your walls telling?